8:37 right now. We do have some breaking news. The very latest unemployment numbers have just been released. So let's take a look here. The Labor Department says nearly 3.2 million people filed jobless claims last week. That is down from the previous week of 3.8 million. But when you look at the total number, it's just astonishing here. Over 33 million people have lost their jobs in the last 7 weeks alone because of this pandemic. So joining us now to talk more about these new unemployment numbers is Pix 11 reporter Henry Rossoff. So Henry, thanks for joining us this morning. I've been following your reports on the evening news very closely because you are really taking a look at these numbers each and every week, but really zeroing in on the unemployment claims in various states. So what can you tell us about what you've learned so far about those folks, there's a lot of them, who are filing for unemployment and the struggles they're facing?
Well, it's really a story of the number behind the numbers, and that's the number of people that cannot even get through to process their claims. And this is particularly high here in New York and New Jersey, where we're seeing skyrocketing unemployment. We account for between 10 and 12%. We got to look at how the new numbers shake out of all the unemployment particular issues getting onto the website, which had to be revamped at least twice now in New York for freelancers and the self-employed, because this is a new category of worker that otherwise would not have received unemployment benefits except for the CARES Act. And the states admittedly didn't know how to process this people. Initially, they told all these people to apply, get rejected, and then they'd have to apply again, and somehow that would make it all right. And they said, oh, no, don't worry about that. We'll do it a different way. The state, though, says, New York, it's processing 1.5 million claims for more than $5 billion. They just released that number yesterday. Interestingly, they said last week they processed 1.5 million claims. So we're going to ask them the question today. So you didn't process any new claims this week?
Yeah, that's a really valid question. And I've urged people to follow you on social media because if they have a question for you, you've been really great at responding to those. Hopefully, they got the kinks of this website finally worked out, and we'll see how that works out today. But, I want to talk about what you're hearing in terms of jobs on the front, various industries that are hiring. So what have you found to help folks out who, while they file for unemployment, are also balancing the act of trying to find a new job?
Well, we've been going industry by industry, taking a look at how it's been impacted. On Monday, we talked a lot about retail. Retail had already been beat up by online, and we're talking to experts about what jobs would look like post-pandemic. And they say it's really going to have to shift to customer service, fulfillment centers, kind of the Amazonization. I think I just made up a word there of the whole retail industry as people get more comfortable with online shopping. Then we went ahead and took a look at the airline industry. Analysts we're talking with are a little more bullish on airlines. It's going to be very painful. People might need to move out of the industry, but could plan, realistically on getting back in as travel ramps up. They compared it to post 9/11. We're all going to have to get used to some changes at the airport, masks, gloves, temperature checks, but we will eventually get used to it. And today we're going to go ahead and take a look at the hotel industry. That's going to be beat up, and analysts I'm already hearing say it will not come all the way back. And as you're seeing, we took a look at some Chipotle video there. We took a look at fast food yesterday. That's less about job loss because all those workers are essential, but wage struggle, benefit struggle. We're hearing from workers in the fast food industry, they're not being protective with the proper gear. So that's the ongoing battle we've hearing about in fast food for years now.
Well, when you look at hotels and airlines and fast food and all these things, the real struggle is everything is full circle, right? It's the circle of life. So if people don't have jobs, they don't have an income, and then they can't afford to go shopping. They can't afford to go on vacation. So everything's going to change. Real quick, we only have a few seconds left. What is your advice for those New Yorkers and folks over in New Jersey who are filing for unemployment? If they're having trouble on a website, should they call and wait for that call back?
Folks are not going to like to hear this. Don't call. You'll get into hold limbo heck. Here's the new numbers as I'm talking about this. But what I would recommend is reapply again. Just yesterday, a state senator in New York, whose name escapes me at the moment, actually realized there was a glitch in the New York system where certain confirmation numbers weren't being generated. So apply and apply again online. Don't waste your time on the phone.
All right, Henry, I appreciate what you're doing for everybody. I think it's so vital, and everybody can follow Henry's reports on Pix 11 at 5, 6, and 10. Henry, thanks for waking up early for us and helping us dive into these new numbers this morning, okay?
Of course.